Rey Mysterio, 1992 to now.
Rey Mysterio starts wrestling professionally at 14 years old in Tijuana, masked and undersized in every match. When he arrives in WCW in 1996, fans haven't seen anyone move like him. The mask helps build that mystery. Bright colors, eagle wings, and sharp lines that make him look faster than anyone else in the ring. He's electric, and the mask becomes part of the show's visual identity almost overnight. But in 1999, WCW management forces him to unmask during a storyline loss to Kevin Nash and Scott Hall at SuperBrawl IX. Fans hate it, and Mysterio's popularity takes a real hit. Years later, he says he never wanted to go along with it.
That moment when you do decide to take off the mask,
Not at all.
So when WWE signs him in 2002, he makes sure the mask comes back and stays on. Over the years, he updates the look constantly. Chrome finishes, eagle feathers, superhero tributes. He wears custom masks themed after Batman, the Joker, Black Panther, and even the Flash at major events. All in, he's used more than 30 variations on the mask across 2 decades. For fans, it's more than a costume. It's what makes Rey feel like Rey again. But now there's someone else in the family ring and he doesn't want to wear it.
Kane, 1997. On October 5th, 1997, during the Hell in a Cell main event at Bad Blood, Kane debuts by ripping the steel cage door off its hinges and staring down the Undertaker. He's 6'10", over 300 pounds, and fully covered from head to toe. Red and black gear, one gloved hand, and a half mask that conceals everything but his mouth and jaw. WWE says he's the Undertaker's long-lost brother, scarred in a fire, presumed dead. The mask sells it. For 6 years, Kane never speaks without a voice box, never smiles, never removes the mask. Not even backstage on camera. To fans, he's not a man, he's a monster. But in 2003, after losing a mask versus title match to Triple H on Monday Night Raw, Kane unmasks in the center of the ring. What follows is one of the most jarring heel turns in WWE history. His hair is shaved and wet, eyes unblinking, face expressionless. Then he attacks his tag partner Rob Van Dam without warning. WWE leans into the chaos, painting Kane as emotionally unstable and dangerous, but some fans never fully buy into the unmasked version. By 2011, WWE brings back the mask, this time more armored and metallic, evoking something mechanical instead of burned flesh. The gear evolves, but the idea stays the same. Kane works best when something's hiding his face. Because once the mask moved without him, the fire no longer answered to his name. The Fiend. In 2019, Bray Wyatt returns to WWE, not as a man, but as something closer to a waking nightmare. The Fiend debuts with a custom entrance, strobe lights, red lighting, and a horror film mask designed by FX artist Tom Savini. Stitched lips, frozen grin, dead white skin over black leather. The look becomes an instant sensation. Within months, The Fiend outsells every wrestler on the roster and merchandise. Action figures, replica masks, Halloween costumes. It's a marketing supernova built on terror. But underneath the mask sits one of WWE's most layered characters. Bray Wyatt performs dual roles: soft-spoken children's show host by day, violent alter ego by night. The Fiend never speaks, never blinks, never hesitates. Matches become cinematic events, attacks in darkness, supernatural no-cells, mandible claws delivered in total silence. The 2019 Hell in a Cell match against Seth Rollins ends in chaos, confusion, and boos, proving the gimmick is too unpredictable, even for the company writing it. By 2021, after stop-start booking and a controversial WrestleMania loss, The Fiend disappears from WWE without ceremony. The mask gets pulled, but no face appears behind it. Just smoke. Not every unmasking feels like a funeral, but this one did. Mil Máscaras. Mil Máscaras debuts in 1965 with a promise right in his name, the man of 1,000 masks. And he means it. Across 5 decades, he wrestles in more than 30 countries, changes masks between matches, and never repeats the same look twice on a major card. Each design, whether eagle crests, Aztec patterns, or mirrored gold, is a spectacle of its own, making him one of the first masked wrestlers to become a true international draw. He headlines Madison Square Garden, wrestles Bruno Sammartino, and brings lucha libre to Japan in the 70s, all without ever revealing the face underneath. More than image, though, he changes the way wrestlers present themselves. Mill refuses to lose clean matches, especially to American stars, for over 20 years, insisting that lucha tradition protect the sacredness of his mask. In the ring, he blends technical holds with top rope dives long before that style goes mainstream. And outside it, he plays a superhero, literally, starring in more than 20 action films and laying the groundwork for crossover icons like Rey Mysterio and Jushin Thunder Liger. When WWE inducts him into the Hall of Fame in 2012, they don't just mention his records, they call him a pioneer. One mask for every stage and not a single crack in the myth. Mysterious Jinx. In March 1989, New Japan Pro Wrestling unveiled a character inspired by an anime hero, Jushin Thunder Liger. But what starts as a promotional tie-in quickly becomes something else entirely. Under the mask is Keiichi Yamada, a 5'7" innovator who redefines what junior heavyweight wrestling can look like. His gear is outrageous. Metallic red armor, flared shoulder pads, curled demon horns, and a full face mask with glowing eyes. The design is straight out of science fiction. And it works. Liger's look becomes a global brand, even among fans who never see a single episode of the anime. He wrestled for over 30 years across NJPW, WCW, CMLL, and ROH, building a legacy on aerial attacks, lightning-quick counters, and a match quality that barely dips with age. In 1996, he has a metal plate surgically implanted in his skull after a brain tumor, but keeps wrestling. His mask never comes off. Not for interviews, not for backstage segments, not even in Japan's most liberal promotions. When he finally retires in 2020 at Wrestle Kingdom 14, Liger walks to the back still masked, nods once, and disappears behind the curtain.
A week later, NJPW airs a tribute video that shows his real face, for the first and only time. But overseas, a masked dynasty is just getting started.
Tiger Mask Japan. In 1981, New Japan Pro Wrestling does something wild. They take a children's manga character and turn him into a real-life fighter. Tiger Mask debuts with a blur of yellow and black stripes, feline eyes stitched into the mask, and ring gear straight out of a comic book panel. Behind the costume is Satoru Sayama, a martial arts prodigy with lightning footwork and ground game precision. Within weeks, fans stop seeing a gimmick. They start believing in a living anime hero. Sayama doesn't just live up to the myth, he upgrades the whole system. His matches with Dynamite Kid set a new pace for junior heavyweights. Full-speed chain wrestling, double underhook suplexes, suicide dives before anyone even called them that. And the mask never comes off. Ever. After Sayama retires, the character lives on. 5 more wrestlers take up the Tiger Mask identity, each evolving the style, but keeping the same haunting glare stitched into the mask. Even now, Tiger Mask 4 wrestles in NJPW at over 50 years old, still wearing the same design Sayama made iconic. It started as fiction, then the mask stepped into real life and refused to leave. La Parka. By the mid-1990s, L.A. Parka isn't just a wrestler. He's a walking cartoon in a skeleton suit who hits people with chairs and dances mid-match. The mask is a grinning skull stretched over black fabric, paired with a full-body bone costume that turns him into wrestling's answer to Dia de los Muertos. He debuts in AAA, explodes in WCW, and becomes so popular that fans who don't speak Spanish chant his name at American shows. And yet, behind the paint and parody is a real technical worker with brutal timing and one of the stiffest chair shots in the game. His fame grows so large that AAA tries to keep the gimmick alive with a second La Parka, leading to a legal war over who owns the character. The original, now forced to wrestle as L.A. Park, keeps the original look, the attitude, and the legacy, while the AAA version gets TV deals and younger fans. Both wear the mask, but only one is feared. In 2020, the AAA La Parka suffers an in-ring injury during a dive that leads to his death 3 months later, sending shockwaves through the lucha community. The skeleton mask, once used for laughs, now carries a finality no one expected. The costume started as comedy, but ended in silence.